Hello guys, I'm back with another video of Catia V5, and in this video I will continue with the plane series of Catia V5 series. So let's get started. So in the previous video I showed you how to make the fuselage of the plane using the multi-section feature of generative shape design in Catia V5. So I'm just going to continue and proceed with continuation of making the plane itself. So in this video what we are going to cover up is the closing of the fuselage from the top, so basically the nose cone, and also we will be talking about how to make uh, the fuselage in different ways as well. And also, like, some of the students were asking me that what are we going to do at the back. So the back can be done in like 2 to 3 ways. First of all is, if you're going to use multi-section, then you will be having the end as slight of an opening that you can later on use the fill function to fill up the gap, or you can simply make the fillet or curvature using the curve or some other features under the generative design. But what I personally recommend is using the sweep function to make any sort of bodies which are scalable. So let's start with the nose cone. In this, what I'm going to use is basically the blend feature that I would I think in one of the videos I've already shown, but in this video, because I already have everything set up, I'm just going to show once again because it will be a continuation of series. So what I will do is I will go to shape and generative shape design. I have all the features. So what I'm saying is I'm going to use the blend. So blend is basically is going to cover up this section till here according to whatever we have. But before that we need to make sure that we just have this much of the wireframe that we want to blend. In order to do so, I'm just going to hide these and this one as well. So right now, because these two sketches are different, this one and this one, I need to join them first and then split them to this points so that I have this particular section and this section, and use a blend to coincide with each other. Right now if I will try the blend feature, it will show me an error because it's not going to understand that where exactly I'm expecting it to go. So we have join right here. Click join. I'm going to join this line with this line. Just make sure it's the top and the bottom of the side view. Click OK. Click OK. And then you have now you've joined these two lines now, and I'm going to trim it or split it, you can say, till this point, and click OK. And same goes on the other side as well. Split till this point. OK. So now I have this sketch and section is unified for sure. So I'm going to click on blend. So let's see what exactly they're looking for. They're looking for first curve, which we have right here. They're looking for first support, which is going to be this surface. They're looking for second curve right here, but we don't have the second support. So I'm just going to use extrude. It's a very handy tool. If we just have a sketch, we're just going to click on it and it's just going to give us a supporting surface. I'm going to reverse the direction. It really doesn't matter which side you have the surface. It will show an error. You just simply click OK because they are just saying that you have extruded a surface. So now you can use the blend feature right here with the first support, second sketch with this support as well. You click preview, you can see that yes, it closes pretty nicely. And if you're still concerned about, there are many different ways of making the same thing. You can also use curvature. It's not going to make a huge difference, curvature of both the ways. You can see it just swelled up a bit. Tangency is going to be tangent from this surface and that surface. That's the only difference it carries. Curvature for the first one looks good. And I'm just going to click OK for now. This is not the most precise shape you can get, but this is just an example of using the blend feature. What I would personally would have done is to make it better. I'm just going to show them once again. I mean, it still solves the purpose that we're looking for, but it's not the most efficient way, or it's not aesthetic in terms of making a plane, I would say. So a better way would be if you make a guiding curve right here and use this section and propagate through all. So let's try that way. I'm going to delete it, and because I already have the top view right here, I'm going to normal to top view and have a look where it's passing through. So now I can see this curve is not intersecting with this point, but I want it to be intersecting so that I can close it properly. I'm just going to make it, I would say. So I'm going to make a sketch right here, and I'm just going to use a spline, simple easy spline right here. Turn off the grip. I'm going to project this point as an entry point, use it as a curvature, make sure it's construction element. Now I'm going to use a spline. I'm simply going to cover it up, but slightly in a way that, so before I enter the second point, I'm just going to project this entity as well. Enter this with this, coincide. There we go. Beautiful. Exit out. So now we have something that we can work with. Now we can try. We can also now try multi-section if we can see how it's going to work. We have one section. Here's the other section right here. Let's say guide curve. I'm going to use the one that I just made right now. It is right here. See what it shows. It's showing us an error. Okay. Okay. Wait a sec. What if I'm not going to use this? Let's say I'm going to remove it. It's going to show an error. Mhm. As far as I remember, I think I've used previously to use multi-section, or I might be just mistaken by it. Guiding curve. This is the guiding curve. I'm choosing a wrong line. That's why maybe. That's why I remove. I'm going to choose this one. This is the guiding curve. No. Again shows an error. Once again, just to make sure I'm choosing the right things. Okay. The guiding curve is going to be this one. No, it shows an error. That's weird. Blend it up then. It's not working the best way. So for now we are just going to stick with the normal plus support, second support, and make this thing work and see what can we do. this is the shape that we have. I'm just showing you one way. I've already shown. As far as I remember, there were. Oh, I see. Okay, because the distance between these two surfaces is pretty huge. That's the main reason that is not letting us make a multi-section view. So let's say if I would have another plane somewhere here, and this curvature is pretty small to cover up, then it would make a perfect blend in terms of, or I can say that you can use the curvature in order to make the canopy of the front nose of the plane. For now, this is okay. We are going to modify it further for sure, but in a different way, because I will be teaching you how to use that sweep function in general. That's going to save us a lot of time. So this is one way of making the canopy. Definitely it's not the best way, and you can see that there are a lot of constraints in terms of recognizing the shape and the size of the part. So you need to make sure that everything is properly biased and everything is with coherency with each other in order to be very precise. But that's not technically possible because the wire can be wrongly interpreted by anyone. So I'm just going to continue in this video that how we can work and modify on these things if we ever get an error. So I'm going to delete this first of all, or I'm just going to hide it for now. I'm going to hide all these covers because I don't need that. So I have the wireframe. I do have this. Okay, I'm just thinking what exactly I can do in order to make it work. So if I'm going to use multi-section, I have this section right here. I use this as a guiding curve. I'm not going to take it. Hmm. Okay, but it's going to work multi-section if I use multi-section right away. No, remove. What was this line? No, it's not going to. No problem. If it's not going to take it, not an issue. We will find some other alternative then. If that doesn't work, we can play around with the sweep function. There must be some way. So what we can see is we have two surfaces and one guiding curve. For the sweep function, we have pulling direction and a profile. We can use it, or we can at least try to use it. We have this. We have the guiding curve. We need a direction. I would say the direction is going to be this way. So let's play another direction. But yes, this is not the best thing that we are looking for. I mean, it can solve us a purpose if we are thinking to cut out the extra part from the side. I mean, if I intersect it, so let's say I'm going to click OK for now. Because I have this part right here, I'm just going to intersect it with this. It's going to give us the surface. So I'm going to mirror it both sides, and I'm going to say that just a second. I'm just going to increase it by, let's say, 50 on each side so that it properly intersects it. And then I'm going to say that wherever these both intersect, I just want to get rid of the other part. So I can do that for sure. Split this part with respect to this part. You see, I can get rid of that part for sure. And click OK, and I'm going to hide and show. I mean, that's one way that we could have done. It's definitely we got rid of the entire thing, which we don't want to, because this thing is excess. This thing is excess in amount. We don't need that. So let's say I'm not going to change the dimensions, and then try. I'm not sure if this thing is going to work or not, because I haven't tried it. I'm not going to use this. Let's say I'm going to remove this. So guys, I'm just trying to hit and try right now. There's nothing specific that I want to. Split this with respect to the cutting edge. Okay, it's not going to be possible that way. Nothing doesn't work this way, not a problem. Okay, if this thing is not going to work, no issue. That was just one try that I did. I'm just trying to experiment before I actually show you the proper conclusion of how can we actually do it. So two limits, we have two limits. Limit with reference surface, reference curve, guide curve 1. Not exactly. With tangent surface, with two tangent surface. Let's try this. First tangent surface is this one. Second tangent surface is this one right here. Spine is basically they're looking for what exactly I'm trying to do. There's no possible solution of the operation. Not gonna be possible. No problem. Graph direction. No. This is something different. With tangent surface. Let's try this. Yeah, this might work here. You can see the shape kind of similarities. Okay, with guide curve we have this thing. You can see the guide curve here is somewhere here. So in order to make this shape, we should have a guide curve right here perpendicular to this. And that might be possible to make this canopy shape. We can try that for sure. Let's say I'm going to use this as a guiding curve. Tangent surface is this. Spline is, it's going to use y-axis, I guess. Y-axis. Which axis is going to be? The x-axis maybe. There's no possible solution. Alright. Hit and try guys, just hit and try. With two guide curves this is not gonna work for sure. With pulling direction, this is the only way it should have gone, but it didn't work with two guiding curve with reference surface, profile and guide curve. This is a profile and we have the guide curve as well. Okay, preview. This is what we are getting so far. Makes sense. Alright. But this is not what we are exactly looking for. Because the guide curve is okay, but it's not intersecting where we actually want to. So the best way is again the blend feature as we started with right here this way. Most extremities, you can, yeah, tension you can always use. You can always use tension in order to make the shape better. So if I look from the top view right here, You see the difference in, you see the shape going, okay, linear, no, this thing is fine. Let's go to change 3, okay, that's way too much. So we show an error, 1.5, it looks okay. Second tension, okay, you can see the shape is going odd. Okay, now we are getting somewhere. You can see that, 0.5. You can see we can control the shape with a tangency right here. So now this looks pretty smooth. You can see that. 0.2 looks beautiful now. You see it's very streamlined now. This is something what an actual plane would look like. So I'm going to hide it again. And now we got a really smooth surface, and this is what we were trying to look for. We can compare what we had before and now what we have, and this looks good. This looks really good in comparison to the previous one. So now let's say if I have to make the whole thing with a sweep function, what would I do? I already have the wireframe from all the sides. I'm going to hide this once again. These two. I have three sections. Sorry, three wireframes. This is slightly lower, but it should be slightly higher to make things work. But we are going to do in half and half. We are going to make this half first. What I mean is this section first, and then the other half. So we can do the same thing as we did before. Instead, we can use the sweep function this way, right here. In this case, we can use two guiding curves, or wait a sec, it's not two guiding curves, it's, so now we can use a lot of options in order to make these ones. What I generally use is, mm, this is not here, two guiding curves, this is not the one. No, for a profile, just use a regular sweep, or if not this, with two tangent surfaces. Yeah, with two tangent surfaces. This is the one that I use. No, not really. Two limits. It's kind of confusing, to be honest. Like, it's been a while. Two guides and radius. No, not this one. Two guides and tangent surfaces. Uh-huh. Yeah, these one. Two guiding curves. My bad. Yeah, these are one. So for this, what we are going to do is we are going to have the extrusion of it. Going to make the extrusion first. Before that, okay, first we need to join these two entities. I'm going to quickly do that. Join this with the small one. Okay, now I need to get split of that as well. Okay, I need to get split of this till this point. Split this till this point. Sorry, it's not okay. Split this point till this point right here. Yep, that's what I want. Click OK. Okay, we want the other half as well, so I'm going to use extract. Again, bag. Click OK. Good enough. So I'm going to split it right here. This is the way. This is the point right here. Now I'm going to join these two first. Okay, these two are already joined. Even better. Then I already have, I think this is one piece. Yep, this is right there. So now I'm just going to simply extrude both the surfaces. This one, click OK, and another click, extrude this surface as well. We need to specify the direction. It's going to be Z. I click OK. So now I have both the surfaces right here. Now I go to sweep function, use two guide curves, and the guide curve 1 is going to be right here with the tangency they are asking. This is the tangent surface. Last guide curve is right here, the one that we just made the extrusion of. Tangency is this one. The spline, okay, the spine is nothing much difficult. It's just basically a straight line, or you can simply choose an axis if you know that which axis go perpendicular to the entire surfaces or the entire sections. I think it's x-axis as far as I know. Yeah, it's the x-axis right there, and you can see a beautiful streamlined body of a plane in one shot. I'm going to hide these two features, and you can see that it is a beautiful section that we got for here. For sure it's not the best one because this wireframe goes way beyond where this one ends. So if you want to make sure that exactly it finishes there, so you can split this line as well. So I could have trimmed this line till this point and click OK. And I just need to make a little bit of changes if I want to. I can do it right now. So instead of extruding that surface, I'm going to extrude this one now. And along the Z axis, already have this one, good enough. And now I'm going to try once again, guide curve. I'm not sure if the results are going to be any different. It is possible it's going to be the same. Well, it looks the same, so x-axis and incline. Hmm, not bad. I mean, the only problem here is that it's way too lower. If you see, the top plane is way too lower. It is supposed to be slightly above. You can always change or shift the planes, but I don't recommend once you have already started, so it's better to take your time while adjusting the frames in order to make them better. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to stretch the video way too long, so that's pretty much it for today. And in next video we will continue with the planes from the same place that we are leaving today. So stay in touch, stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching and take care. Bye.